What's up, gamers? Love is in the air this month, and I hope that you're enjoying this year's Valentine's Day. I'm pretty sure that Mario is also enjoying his Valentine's Day because of all the times he saves princesses throughout his adventures. It seems that whenever I see Princess Peach, it's when she's getting kidnapped by Bowser and needs to be saved by Mario, but she's actually capable of some really awesome stuff. In fact, that can be said for all of the lovely ladies in the Mario universe. These girls do lots of things with Mario and the rest of his friends, such as saving the world with him, competing in sports, participating in Mario parties, and even racing in Mario Kart. Some of these women even got some racetracks that are dedicated just for them. So today, we're going to be ranking every race course in the Mario Kart franchise that is dedicated to the princesses. This list will be based on how fun those tracks are, how creative they are, and a couple of my personal preferences. But before we start, it turns out that 79% of you watching this aren't subscribed to the channel. So if you think this video is cool and see a big red subscribe button, make sure to click it so you can see more videos like this in the future. And with all that said, let's go! 13. Peach Circuit from Mario Kart Super Circuit. The Mario Kart for the Game Boy Advance is probably the most forgettable game in the franchise. Not a lot of tracks in this game were really highlights, and that's especially the case with Peach Circuit. For one, it's the very first track you play in Super Circuit, and those tracks are almost always not as memorable as other tracks in the game. Also, the track in general is very boring and generic. It's really short, and it's literally just a road with grass on the side, making it very comparable to the tracks from Super Mario Kart. It also has really generic music that isn't that memorable and blends in with other Mario Kart music, although I will say it's pretty cool to see Peach's castle in the background. Not sure why it's entirely pink, but whatever. This definitely isn't a bad track, but it's unbelievably basic, even for what the Game Boy Advance is capable of. 12. GBA Peach Circuit from Mario Kart DS. It's the exact same track as I just talked about, but now it's on the DS. Because of that, the graphics are a lot better and it looks a lot cooler because it's in a 3D environment. You also race with the controls from Mario Kart DS, which are 1,000 times better than the controls in Mario Kart Super Circuit. That being said, it's still just as basic of a track and it doesn't really do anything interesting to spice up the track layout from the Game Boy Advance. So, because of that, I'm still putting this track near the bottom. 11. GCN Peach Beach from Mario Kart Wii. Mario Kart Wii had a lot of really good retro tracks, and while there were better possible picks other than Peach Beach, this is still a good track. This track takes place on a giant beach that's populated with those very annoying cataquacks from Super Mario Sunshine, and running into them will make them launch you high into the air. There's also water that moves back and forth on the beach, and the racers have to strategize what's the fastest route to make to the end. It's also kind of cool how at the finish line, you briefly drive through a section of Delfino Plaza from Super Mario Sunshine. While I really like this track, the thing that's holding it back is that it's very short and basic. The design of the track isn't anything special, and the race is over quickly after you start. Again, I think this course is fun, but it doesn't hold up as well as other tracks we'll get to in a little bit. 10. Peach Beach from Mario Kart Double Dash. While the remake of this track in Mario Kart Wii was fine, the original is still a lot better in my opinion. First of all, the colors pop out a lot more in Double Dash, so it's a lot more appealing to look at. Second of all, because the track is in Double Dash, the action is much more frantic, making the track a lot more fun than Mario Kart Wii. But other than that, it's the exact same track as the Mario Kart Wii version, and most of the issues I have with that version apply here, so it's still not as high as other tracks on the list. 9. Peach Gardens from Mario Kart DS. Mario Kart DS had a lot of great and memorable tracks, and while I don't really consider this track to be a highlight, it's still pretty fun. The racers drive around in a giant garden right behind Peach's castle. There's a lot of flowers, grass sculptures, and beautiful scenery all over the place. However, those flowers can slow you down if you don't have a mushroom handy, and on top of that, there's also a bunch of other obstacles you need to worry about, such as giant chain chomps that roam around certain parts of the garden, and even Monty moles towards the end that poke out of the ground to screw you up. These things add some much needed excitement to a track that would otherwise be pretty bland. With that said, this isn't a track that I'm actively looking to play whenever I boot up Mario Kart DS, but I still like this course and enjoy it whenever I play it. 8. DS Peach Gardens from Mario Kart Wii. Think of Peach Gardens from Mario Kart DS, but now it's running on the Wii. It's literally the exact same course I just talked about, except now it's in Mario Kart Wii. And because of that, the graphics have a little extra polish and the controls are a lot more refined because it's running on the Wii. Other than that, it's just a copy and paste of the track from Mario Kart DS with no real improvements over the original, so it's only slightly higher on the list and could honestly be interchanged with the original based on your personal personal preference. 7. Daisy Hills from Mario Kart 7. Not really sure what Daisy has to do with this track, but the track itself is pretty good. This course takes place in a town that's next to a bunch of hills, and apparently Daisy owns it. You start off in the town area of the track and head up some bridges into the hills part of the track. Up there are some dash panels, bumps you can trick off of, and a few cute goats wandering around that can make you crash if you run into them. After that, you jump off of a ramp and glide down back into the town, while also having to avoid some giant windmills and hot air balloons, and then repeat the whole process 2 more times. This track is honestly not that memorable, but the reason why I have it higher up on the list is because the design of the track is a bit more interesting, and the course in general is very pleasant to drive through. You really can't go wrong when racing on this track. 6. Rosalina's Ice World from Mario Kart 7. Weirdly enough, this is the only track in the entire franchise that is dedicated to Rosalina, but at least it's still a good track. The entire track is filled with ice and snow, and you can even see a few references to Super Mario Galaxy in the background. The track starts with you driving on some ice that curves up and down with some coins on the side. You then head onto a giant ice ring with penguins on it, and there's even an underwater section with some bumps and more penguins. After that is a giant cave with spikes of ice sticking out from the bottom, and then you finish it off by jumping off another ramp and head back to the starting line. This track is actually a pretty memorable one from the 3DS. It has a very relaxing feel to it, but it also has plenty of action going on to keep it fun. And on top of that, the design and theme of this course is a lot more interesting than anything else so far, and that's why I have it on the top half of this list. 5. Daisy Cruiser from Mario Kart Double Dash. You know how in Peach Beach there's that random cruise ship in the background with Daisy's face on it? Yeah, well, that's actually another track in the game. Because this racetrack is on a cruise ship, there's lots of really cool cruise ship elements that make for a great course. You've got a giant deck with umbrellas and a big pool in the middle. You've got a huge dining area with tables shifting back and forth because we're on a ship, and there's even a small hole you can fall into that leads into a storage room of the ship, which is a nice little detail they added. While this track is admittingly pretty short, the design is really creative, and all of the course hazards and details that you would see in an actual cruise ship make for a surprisingly memorable track, and one that I love to go back to whenever I boot up Mario Kart Double Dash. 4. GCN Daisy Cruiser from Mario Kart 7. At first, I was going to have the original Double Dash track above this because it's more frantic on the GameCube, but then I realized that the 3DS remake actually does a few things to spice up the track. The beginning of the track now has an extra path for you to go on, and you can go inside the pool of the deck, and the storage section is now flooded with water, fish, and clams, which they should probably get fixed before the boat sinks. But other than that, it's the same track at heart, and I'm totally okay with that. 3. Daisy Circuit for Mario Kart Wii. I didn't think that Daisy would actually ever get her own designated circuit track, but I'm glad she did because this is a really cool track. This course takes place in the middle of a giant town in the sunset, so there's lots of buildings and there are people on the sidelines cheering the racers on. There's also these giant statues of Luigi and Daisy dancing, and even baby Luigi and baby Daisy, which is honestly really cute. I also like how there's a section by the lighthouse that's next to a beautiful ocean, and you can even see Daisy Cruiser again, which I just talked about in the last section. I know this track might seem like a pretty standard Mario Kart track, and a lot of people might think that I'm placing this track too high, but it's actually really fun and interesting. Also, anything with a giant statue of Luigi in it is a win for me. So yeah, great track that's always fun whenever I play it. 2. Royal Raceway from Mario Kart 64. I know, I'm surprised I'm putting this track so high as well, but this course is really fun even for how old Mario Kart 64 is. This track is definitely the longest track on this list, and because of that, it allows for some pretty cool stuff to happen. There's a lot of wide and sharp turns you have to worry about so you don't fall off the track and into the water, and there's a couple of jumps here and there to keep things interesting, such as this giant jump near the end which shoots you towards Peach's castle, and you can actually drive up to Peach's castle if you really feel like it. Once again, this probably feels like a track that doesn't deserve to be this high in the list, but its simple yet fun track design makes the track really enjoyable to drive through and easily the best raceway track from Mario Kart 64. But despite how great this track might be, it's nowhere near as good as our number 1 spot. 1. N64 Royal Raceway from Mario Kart 8. Believe it or not, these two courses are actually the same, but Mario Kart 8 took Royal Raceway and improved upon it in every possible way. First of all, the track looks so much better thanks to the HD graphics and the new little details added to truly give this track a royal feeling to it. Some extra ramps and speed boosts were added as well to make the track a lot more fast-paced than it was in Mario Kart 64. But the main thing that amazes me about this course is that it does all of this awesome new stuff, but still manages to be faithful to the original, and that's why it's the best princess-themed track in the Mario Kart series.
Well, that's quite a few different princess tracks. While a lot of these courses aren't really memorable within their respective games, most of them are at the very least pretty fun and have plenty of substance to keep them interesting. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to give it a like and let me know down in the comments which one of these tracks is your favorite. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you'll know when I post more videos like this. Have a great day, stay safe out there, and happy Valentine's Day!